What up? I'm DevanOnDeck, and today I'm teaching you exactly how I edit my photos. Welcome back to DevanOnTech, where I give you how-tos and reviews. So don't come to this video expecting a whole bunch of effects and tricks and flying and all that stuff. Nah. Today we are focused on tone, lighting, crispness, sharpness. Don't you know how my pictures just come off crisp, how they just pop off the screen, even if it's just a regular photo? Yes, I'm teaching you that today, okay? Now, we already went over how to take better photos, all right? And I'm gonna link that somewhere above here if you have not seen that yet, but watch that one first or right after this so you can get a good foundation, okay? These go together, okay? This is kind of like Transformers. You got the leg, this is the other leg to the Transformer. I need you guys to work in tandem, all right? They go together. You got me. Okay, cool. My first platform is Instagram, where I really do my best to make sure that I'm telling stories with innovative content. It's all anime inspired and it's given to you through a fashion lens, and that's kind of where I land. So I'm like this tech nerd dude that somehow is really into style and studied shoe design and happened to work at Snapchat, and all these things work together to make me. So I'm here for you to bless you for what I got. And if you have already subscribed to my channel, please hit that little bell icon so you get a notification every time I post a video. Okay, so for this one, all you really need is one program, Lightroom. And if I ever do edit on my phone, I only use Lightroom still, but it's just not as good as the one on my Mac, so that's what I use. So that's what I'm walking you guys through. That is my style, it's the way that I do it. Y'all wanted to know, so there goes that. Okay, so now we have Lightroom open. And before we get started, I wanted to make sure you guys understand the goal here. Desaturate anything industrial and tone down any natural colors. And then of course, remove any spots that are distracting. So let's get started. So the first thing I do always is crop it. So you wanna make sure you're on the develop tab here. And I'm gonna go to, actually I'll close all this so you guys can see it from the beginning. Boom, okay, cool. So you're gonna go up here to this little dotted square, that is the crop overlay. And what I choose always, I usually post my photos either vertical or square. If it's on a phone, it doesn't make sense to post it horizontally. That's not how I get down, so I'm not doing that. So I go 4x5, that's the maximum height you can make a photo on Instagram. And then I just find a crop that I'm comfortable with. And I like to make sure that I just kind of fill it out and see what kind of balance I want in the photo. That's pretty good. I think I want myself to be a little more prominent in the photo. Yeah, that works for me. I like that. All right, cool. First thing I go to is color always. So go to color, and you see the teals and the blues in the background. I'm getting rid of all those. Don't need those. So pull it down to teal or aqua, whatever you want to call it. And then you have blue. Pull that down too, right? Oh my gosh, you're almost there. This is basically what I do with all my photos. Another step that I take though, I make sure to zoom in, look at my skin really well. I focus on making sure my skin's pretty accurate to how it looks in real life. Next, I'm going to click here on the reds, and I like to give my skin a little bit more of a yellow hue. I think I have more of a yellow undertone, yet I do come off red on camera, so I'm gonna just kind of pitch that a little bit to the right. See how the orange got a little more even in my skin, so I'm up 36 over here. And then on the yellows, let me back up a little bit and just look at it. I think I might take the yellows all the way out too. That's what I usually do. Yellows out. Nope, I'm gonna keep them in there somewhat because my jacket has that yellow in there. So I'm gonna keep that. Oranges, my skin reads orange. So my skin always reads orange and red. Depending on your skin tone, you might read a different color, but this is me. So I'm orange and red. I'm gonna go a little more saturation, a little more on the yellow side, because again, I want to get away from that red tone, and maybe go a little lighter. Yeah, that'll do. Now maybe I'll punch it up a little more. Let me see. So you want to adjust that to your liking. Okay, so next I'm going to move up here to the basic tab, knock that down, and I usually like to go a little bit warmer on this. So I take the temperature here and I might bump it up maybe 5. See how that feels. There we go. I'm looking good, I think. Yeah, this is good. My skin got a little warmer. My jacket looks a little more accurate to real life. You can always press your Y key too and look at the difference. So you already see a big difference between the left and the right one. And I pull this screen up by pressing the Y key on my keyboard. So next, we're going to go to the contrast. So I like to put my contrast up to about 25 usually, get a little more pop to that. But then also my exposure, I think I'll take it up to about about 0.10. It's a good place to be. And some of the stuff you just have to fill out, but I'm kind of giving you my general deal. Sometimes if I want you to see more details, like in my boots and in my pants, I might bump up the shadows a little bit. So like these are the dark things in my photo, but as soon as I hit that shadow and bump that shadow up, you see those things lighten right on up. See what I mean? So now those things become a little more visible. And actually, now that I'm in here close, I'm looking here on the ground and I see color. Okay, I do not want that color, so I'm gonna go back to color, and that looks like purple to me, right? You got the purple right here. I'm gonna take that purple down. Bam! Take some of the color out. Then over on the right, you have magenta, which is also close to purple. That'll probably take the rest of it out. And bingo, a lot more desaturated. And I think some of this might be just reading like red or orange, but obviously if I take those down, it'll destroy my skin too, so I'm not gonna do that. Go back to basic. And then I think I might take my blacks down a little bit. And blacks and shadows work very similarly, but they're different. Once you kind of tweak them and play with them, you'll kind of know. You see I put the blacks down and the shadows up. You can see more details, but they still kind of hold it down. And my denim, if you notice too, right, has turned from this blue denim to black denim. I'm okay with that. Like when I posted this picture, I believe I posted this with black jeans because the outfit still looks lit to me. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, my clarity, another one. So the clarity is almost like sharpening. It makes the picture pop a little bit more. So I'm gonna bump that up to usually about 25. If I'm feeling really risky, I'll go 50, but 25 is where I'm at. Look at it again. It does feel a little strong now, a little saturated for me. So I'm gonna go back to color and get that orange, and I'm gonna bump it down a little bit. So right now it's plus 30, let's try plus 15. All right, that's better. It kind of tones it down for me. And now it's time to look at details. So this is when I zoom in and just kind of drag across the picture. Like see that little cigarette butt in the ground? Gotta go. So I use this little spot selection tool, spot removal, my bad. So you can either hit the Q key on your keyboard, but I just click it up here. Looks like a little circle with the arrow on it. And literally you can go over something. You can make make it as big or small as you want. This feathering makes the edges softer or harder. And opacity is obviously how opaque it is or not. So you can either be changed here, or if you have a mouse like I do, you can use a rolling wheel. Or if you have a MacBook, you can use your 2 fingers on the pad to kind of change the size as well. So a couple options here, but yes, change the size here, feathering, opacity, and then click it once, and it just replaces it. It's like magic, voila. So let me look around a little more, see what else we can get rid of. I don't like that. I don't get too nitpicky. I just try to get the big stuff you can really notice from far away. Like I might back up about here and see, okay, what do I want to get rid of? I don't like that, so I'm gonna click that. You got some like type of marks here on the wall or on this pillar. Go ahead and just get rid of that. Yeah, smooth it out. Oh, also, with this, you can either go clone or heal. So heal's gonna kind of blend it a little more. Clone's gonna clone that spot exactly. So see how that spot's so much lighter than this spot? Probably not a good idea to clone that. So you go heal and it just kind of copies the texture and kind of blends it in a little bit better. So if you feel like something's not translating like you want it to, I would try tweaking either clone or heal to see if that works better for you, or even moving the spots around. You can do that too. I personally don't want this yellow up here. Again, I like to be very, very thorough. So this yellow does not belong in my picture. It needs to go. So I'm gonna teach you how to use another tool. This is called the adjustment brush. So with the adjustment brush, you can selectively change certain things. So it works just like this one, where you can change the size and opacity and all that. And you can change the effect here on this tab. So on this effect, I want to actually desaturate that top little corner. So I'm gonna go to saturation, boom. And use this brush, just like I did the spot removal tool. I want my feather to go down a bit. I'm gonna adjust it to my liking, and then I'm gonna come here and literally cover it. Now the red you're seeing right now is because I have this checked. Show selected mask overlay, so it shows you where you're tracing it, because otherwise, you take that off, you don't really see it. So I put that on there. I check that all the way just so I can see it at first, but then I also uncheck it so I can see the finished result. And then the saturation amount, now I can change that. So where I selected it there, I can change the saturation when I pull this down. So now see how I'm pulling it down, see what happens to the color? Boom, desaturated completely, stepping out. Oh, you got some trees up here, right? So this is obviously green. So first thing I'm gonna do is go to the color and see, okay, if I dial this green down, how will it look? Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that. Not too much green, but some green. And actually, I don't even really see a tree. Like, now I'm making a judgment call. Usually if I have like a tree in the background or grass around me or something, I'll keep it, but I'm not even liking that. Like, it's just kind of green for no reason, and I keep thinking it kind of just distracts from the whole picture. I'd rather this just be all gray. So I think I'm gonna kill the green altogether. And I might even blur that out so it doesn't even read as a tree. So we're just gonna go over to the same tool we used before, the adjustment brush, and I'm gonna click here on sharpness, yes. So the sharpness is how crisp something is, how sharp the image is. And obviously on this scale here, after I highlight it, you can also change how soft something is, right? So let me highlight the area first, turn this on so I can see what I'm doing. Yes. I'm gonna just kind of cover it as much as I can. It doesn't have to be super perfect because it doesn't matter that much. It is a detail, but it's not like the main focus. I just want to make sure it doesn't read as a tree, so I'm gonna blur it out just a little bit. I'm gonna uncheck this now. So with sharpness, obviously I can make it look sharper, more crisp if I take it to the right, but if I take it to the left, it'll actually do the opposite and make it a little blurry. But I don't want it to get super blurry to where, again, it stands out and looks stupid, but maybe I'll blur it out enough to where it doesn't read as a tree, where you don't even like look at it. Yeah, your eyes don't even look at that now. I blurred it out completely, boom. So now it's not distracting, it's not pulling your eye away from the focus, which is me, you know, the subject down here. And that's kind of where I'm keeping it. So yeah, so the next part I'm gonna go to is exporting. I'm gonna show you exactly the settings I use to export, because this is a very, very important part to make sure your images pop and they look crisp and they're high resolution. You just don't wanna go too high to where Instagram will compress your photo and make it look nasty. So I'm gonna show you my settings and we'll go from there. So you wanna go to File, Export, and then you'll get this screen, okay? Follow my settings exactly, all right? What you wanna focus in on is here, all right? Image format, I go JPEG, quality 100. I make sure to limit the file size to 4K. That's the important part, all right? Do that. Image sizing, I don't resize, I don't do any of that. I don't even touch any of these. Nope, nope, nope. This is the most important part, right here, all right? And again, I'm not saying I'm the Lightroom master, this is just my settings and the way that I do it. So I'm showing you the way I do it, all right? So here it is. Boom, there you have it. Now you know exactly how to edit like DevanOnDeck. Now I want you to take this, tweak it, make it your own, and enjoy. But there's more, okay? I've given y'all my 5 best, most top secret tips for Instagram and the things that I use to execute it to perfection. So you're gonna find a little more strategy on there, a little more operational, organizational type things. But again, they're just great. They're perfect. Trust me, a lot of comments on that, a lot of love on that, a lot of secret DMs that people don't wanna leave comments because they want to let everybody know that they actually care. You know, but it's cool. I'm providing y'all value, and that's what I'm here for. So check that video out. I put that at the end of this one. But if you enjoyed this video, leave me a thumbs up right now. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I mean, please do that. And of course, any questions, feedback, anything else you would have for me, leave that in the comments. I appreciate your time as always, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.